area. Ralphie Branscombe and Kevin Ivanov will line up on the
they're
second
going for it now. Here we go. Last minute run. The nonchalance was just a sham. They really cared. It's the.
Oh, there we are. Quick fit, but great finish there. I think it was a bit of a dead heat. We're going to have to get the cameras out for that one.
We haven't quite sure who's where and when, but it's been some excellent performance there after pretty not interested at all earlier.
I think they're just lulling us into a sense of security.
Good luck, Jaden, says his mum, DP. Jaden Coursey was the star of the paddock walk.
Jaden Patel-Scott, that is. I hope you enjoyed the paddock walk interview, Mrs. Patel-Scott.
She did. She wrote in the as I commented on it yesterday.
Did she?
Saw it live.
Wasn't that great? You know what? I've interviewed a lot of really important people in motorsport. Mario Andretti, Jenson Button, Fernando Alonso.
Who?
They're all up there.
Fernando Alonso.
I tell you what, though, Jaden Patel-Scott's interview in our paddock walk yesterday is right up there with the best interview I've ever done.
Can I point out, I very rarely listen to the interviews you do, and it's great.
He was just a delight. He just he loves being here with his dad and loves driving his car around the track. And that's what it's all about. It's brilliant. Oh, by the way, Mrs. Patel-Scott, you've done the right thing staying at home. It's horrible here.
It's miserable.
It's horrible.
I'd say the rain's gone down to about 2.5 now on the Nick scale, 2.5.
All right.
But it is still coming down.
Yeah, and that's
puddles aren't getting any smaller, but they aren't getting any bigger, I don't think.
We've got the grid being cleared. We've got your grid there on the timing board. That's pretty much it that you can see. And I'm just doing two things at once here, Nick.
Oh, good. You're looking at the weather, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Just waiting to get the last parents off the grid.
It's starting to get better. It's starting to get better. After 2 o'clock, it starts to get better.
It's 1:05 at the moment.
Yeah,
we're running about half an hour behind or so.
Right,
40 minutes behind.
Another hour or so, another couple of hours. Here we go then. Light controlled start. The red lights go on and will immediately go off. And we will be racing. We look towards the carts pulling away. Ryan White on the pole position. Archie Loveridge alongside. And it's Loveridge who gets the haul down, and Ryan White finds himself in third. The two zip carts go to the front of the field through Brian's Bend and on towards the dogleg.
It's the 73 who leads. It's Archie Loveridge who's taken the lead. And I think nipping back into second may have been Ryan White there.
Yeah, now Ryan knows this place quite well. You know what? As does Archie Loveridge and Ralphie Branscombe and everybody else out there, because they've raced here quite a lot. You can see the plumes of spray still being kicked up by these Honda Cadets. And Ryan White going very wide at centre one. Hairpin, he regains. Gives a little friendly tap to Kevin Ivanov.
Oof, down to third. I'm now looking to get it immediately back through the hairpin. Sorry, they've got hairpin chicanes in my brain now.
You've got the red. Yeah, Ryan White back up to second.
Give me 5 minutes, I'll get the English language back if you like.
He's still going to be under pressure from Ivanov, though, towards the Gasworks hairpin. Round the outside. See the lock that Ryan White has to put on, and a sliding Kevin Ivanov just loses a bit of time there on the exit. Meanwhile, Archie Loveridge is off into the lead, and now Ryan White tries to catch him. They've been compromised somewhat with that last apex of the horseshoe, where they really need to tuck in left. They're too far to the right for their liking. However, that's compromising certainly their lap time, which is compromised pretty much with every inch of this racetrack at the moment.
The track's not giving everything at the moment.
Not at all.
But it's interesting how they do seem to... You get a few minutes experience, and these drivers very quickly kind of work out what's going on. We still see some mistakes, but each time the number of mistakes goes down and down and down. In fact, most of this race, I think just about everyone so far, touching Formica, have been pointing in the right direction. The first two now breaking away a little bit from the 50 kart of Ivanov, but as soon as I say that, because I'm a commentator, there's a mistake, and Loveridge goes wide, and into the lead goes Ryan White. So that error there going into the centre. Looks behind his shoulder, can't see anybody, probably quite pleased about that, and then sweeps through the chicane. And then coming round to the hairpin, where we'll have the who knows how much you can see from the camera shot.
Loveridge coming back at him towards the gasworks. Loveridge coming back in a big way, latching onto the rear bumper of White, though they sort themselves out. And Ryan, knowing where the grip is, he finds a little bit of an advantage there coming through the hairpin and out. And he's pulled a bit of a gap through the horseshoe. Change of line having to be discovered into the final section here at Warden Law. And off they go down the start-finish straight.
Yeah, second and third, the teammates really, really close going into turn one. It's in versus out. I think In's won this time with Ivanov. I think he's managed to actually get the position he has. Yes, so there's the inside line now working, or perhaps it may have been a minor error from Loveridge, to be honest.
I think it can work on the underpowered cart. It's the more powerful carts that get the advantage because they can get the power down as they punch out the corner.
So running
look at this, Nick.
Whoa.
Ivanov right on the bumper of White. He's found pace on this first few corners here. Just nestles his bumper against the rear bumper of Ryan White. That's quite normal in Honda Cadet racing. And Ryan White hanging on with all he can. Ivanov letting Ryan know he's there, and Ivanov letting Ryan know he's quicker because he wants to get by. He's quicker. Off towards the Gasworks hairpin.
So these two battling out for the lead. In fourth, it's Ronnie Smart, and Angela Smart says, good luck, Ronnie, in Honda Cadet. So he's got his mum watching, which, well, I assume it's his mum.
He's currently fourth, Mrs. Smart.
He's quite a way off the top 3 seconds, as Ivanov, who suddenly looks a lot more comfortable in the first couple of laps, he's starting to really harry
he's got great
White, and he's got a good drive, and more importantly, they kind of dropped Loveridge.
Yeah, he's got great grip coming out that final turn. He taps his helmet. Now they're in the lead, Ryan, just follow me. Don't battle with me. Through turn 1, the left-hand sweep there's Brian's Bend, and then on towards the dogleg. Into the first part, now into the second part. Now Ryan White's tripping over Ivanov. The rules have been reversed. Ivanov down towards the left-hander at St. John's. Using all the curbing and perhaps a little bit more. And if anything, Nick, Ivanov looks like he's pulling away.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally it's easier to follow than to lead, but at this point, Ivanov enjoying the lead. And obviously when you're following, you can pitch your braking point, which is a constantly changing cornucopia in these conditions, but you can judge it a little bit from the cart in front of you. Now you're out on your own. Get it a little bit aggressive there going through chicane, got a bit of a sideways. He wasn't driving in the right direction. Gives a nice little bath to White behind him.
It's just carrying speed, isn't it? He just tried to carry speed into the right-hander. When he did change direction, the cart said no and slid. Luckily for him, it was four-wheel drift towards the apex. He's still hanging on to the lead, though. Ivanov from White, from Archie Loveridge.
He's got a bit of a gain there. He was braking, and then I think he just braking away. Actually, not sure if he did lose time there, actually.
No, he didn't.
Pushed away on that final low, so he's going across the line now, and he's half a second ahead. Loveridge back another 0.8. Fourth place is Ronnie Smart, who's behind by a further 3.3 seconds. And then you have Elliot Burke, Luke McGill, Ed Spain, who's had a very good first run, and Noah Clare.
Ryan White falling back from Ivanov there. Half a second was the difference in lap time there. That's what gave him the gap. And if anything, Ryan looking like he might be coming under threat from the third place Archie Loveridge. Behind these three, what we're going to watch, Ronnie Smart fourth, Elliot Burke fifth, Luke McGull, Ed Spain, Albie Smith, Noah Clare, and it's Ricky McIntosh that rounds off the top 10 at the moment. We've got personal best lap times up and down the field. Not quite the first two. Certainly Archie Loveridge finding his feet.
Let's just hold for fourth and fifth for a bit. Let's watch the fourth and fifth go through. Just drop back a pair, Frank. There we just see that's Art. So that's Ronnie Smart and Elliot Burke. Smart's actually gaining, but those two are a bit closer coming out of the chicane earlier. Oh,
it's behind them there. They've just gone through the puddle, and has he? Yeah, he got through. Just got very wet.
Yeah, right. It was the way, isn't it? So Smart with the P1. Oh no, it's 51 Smart P1 cars. The same. It must be the same team as Ryan White. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got the 14 there. That's Elliot Burke. And then behind him were McGill and Spain, who we saw a bit yesterday in the ordinary heats, not the super heats.
So the 51 there, it's kind of quite, dare I say it, quite solid.
Yeah. In
that fourth place, Ronnie Smart.
Let's meander back to the top three, who are tripping over a back marker there. Then they got back together in much closer. So they're going into the running down now into the hairpin. There we go, coming into the hairpin.
And it'll be the one lap to go board next time by, Nick.
Yep.
Ryan White in his Project 1 cart in a zip cart sandwich, as they say. Ivanov got by him, didn't he? And then Ryan White didn't have anything in the toolbox to deal with it, really. He has fended off Loveridge, though. Loveridge has not. He was gaining slightly, and now that's kind of stagnated.
Yeah, they had to go past the back marker earlier in this lap, and that did squidge them back together again. But as I say, it looks like the basic pace Ivanov's got in these conditions is going to be enough to, well, barring an error, keep him ahead for this final lap. White was half a second behind, and it's not looking like it's changing, and then another second back to Archie Loveridge. Smart dropping off by about 3/4 of a second a lap. Got hit by a yawn there. That's no indication of the quality of the racing. It's just an indication of the the heavy
yeah.
program we've been on the last couple of days.
And I was just checking a message. It wasn't there for you, mate. I'm sorry, I wasn't there for you.
What can I do?
Kevin Ivanov then out of the second centres and towards the chicane for the final time in the superheats phase. It's Ryan White there, the second card going through the number 1. Carrying the number 1, he's the current champion here in Honda Cadets, the kart championship. Had Ryan White take the top step. He's also the British champion.
Oh, who's off there?
It doesn't matter, he's a back marker.
Oh, back marker, okay.
75, James Pearson. It wasn't the leader, Nick. That's Kevin Ivanov, the zip cart there, the yellow and black livery. About to come through the final turn then. It'll be the checkered flag being waved that he will see. And he will take the second superheat in fine style for Honda Cadet 200s. Ryan White finishes second. Harvey Loveridge confirms that third place. And then we've got Ronnie Smart, a bit of a lonely fourth place for Ronnie, wasn't it? Elliot Bork was next up in fifth. Luke McGall sixth. Ed Spain was seventh. And then we have Noah Clare, Albie Smith, Jack Wykes rounds off the top 10.
Yeah, again, it's interesting. In this wet weather, you tend not to get the big trains of karts you see in the dry, but you do get these little 2s and 3s who are scrapping away over every error that may or may not happen. So, next up, actually, I've got the program, so I can't tell you what's next up. You know what's next up.
Yeah, do you want me to get the program for you? While you know what I'm doing, don't you?
Yeah, you're making coffee, which is very important.
Yes, well, I'm setting the timer, actually.
So what have we got left to go? Okay, so next up is Junior Primo. We've got 3 more superheats, which will take us to around about 1:45. And then it'll start to dry up, and I'd say the rain's down to about 2 now. And then we start the finals with the repechage. And Junior Max, Micro Max, Honda, Mighties, Primos, Intermax. And the last race of the day is the Coma final for Bambinos. So 3 more now in heats. You've got Junior Primo, we've got the Coma Bambinos, and we have Intermax.